Today, I'm going to reveal an awesome trick to blast away rust using just a few things you already have at home. No money spent, no pro tools needed. In just a few minutes, your items will shine like new. Ready to be amazed? Let's dive right in. Hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you won't miss any handy tips. Let's get started. First, add a small amount of citric acid into the container. This is a natural, food-safe acid commonly found in lemons and often used in cleaning because of its powerful rust-removing ability. It works by gently breaking down the rust without damaging the metal underneath. Just a small scoop is enough to get started. Just add 2 small spoons of citric acid. That's enough. You don't need much. Even a small amount like this can make a big difference. It'll start reacting with the rust as soon as we add water. I'm going to add a bit of cornstarch. Sounds like a joke, right? But trust me, this little trick actually works, and works surprisingly well. Add just the right amount. Not too much, just enough to get a smooth, paste-like consistency. We want it to be thick enough to stay in place, but not too dry. Now I'll give it a good stir. Make sure everything is well mixed until you get a smooth and even texture. This step helps activate the citric acid and evenly distribute the cornstarch. This simple mixture may look basic, but surprisingly powerful when it comes to removing rust. The citric acid breaks down the rust chemically, while the cornstarch helps it stay in place. Once heated, it becomes a sticky, gel-like cleaner that clings to metal and works its magic without the need for scrubbing. As the mixture heats up, you'll notice it's starting to thicken. The cornstarch begins to activate, turning the liquid into a smooth, slightly sticky gel. You might see a bit of steam rising. That's totally normal. Just keep stirring gently to avoid lumps and make sure everything blends evenly. Don't let it boil, we just want it warm enough to combine nicely. It should be slightly sticky but still easy to spread. This usually takes just a few minutes on low heat. Once it reaches that point, turn off the heat. It's ready to use. If it looks like pudding and holds its shape when you stir, you're good to go. Here, I have an axe and a knife that are both heavily rusted. Here, I have an old axe and a knife that are both heavily rusted. The metal is covered in thick reddish-brown rust, especially along the edges and joints. You can feel the roughness just by touching it, and the blades have lost all their shine. They've clearly been left in use for a long time, but this is a perfect test to see how well our homemade rust remover works. I'll start by applying the mixture to the knife first. Before applying the mixture, I'm placing a layer of plastic wrap underneath the knife. This helps keep the work area clean and also makes it easier to wrap the blade later, so the mixture stays in contact with the rust longer. It's a simple trick, but really effective. I'm using a stick to spread it evenly across the blade, making sure it covers every rusty spot, especially along the edge and near the handle. The gel sticks on nicely, and you can already see it clinging to the rust. After applying the mixture, I gently wrap the knife using the same layer of plastic wrap. This helps seal in the moisture, keeping the gel from drying out too quickly. It also ensures the citric acid stays active and keeps working on the rust. Now I'll let it sit like this for about an hour, then we'll check the result. Now that the knife is all wrapped up and resting, it's time to do the same with the axe. Just like before, I'll lay down a sheet of plastic wrap underneath, then spread the mixture evenly over the rusted surface. I'm making sure to cover all the rough, rusty spots, especially around the edge and near the socket, where rust usually builds up the most. Once that's done, I'll wrap it up tightly and let it sit just like the knife. Alright, both the knife and the axe are now fully coated and wrapped up. Now it's just a matter of waiting and letting the mixture do its thing. This is honestly the most exciting part, because you never really know how well it's worked until the big reveal. Kinda looks weird, but trust me, that yellow tint means it's working. I'll start with the knife. Peeling off the plastic wrap. And wow, you can already see a difference. Now I'll wipe it down with a cloth. And just look at that. With just a light wipe using a paper towel, the rust comes right off. No scrubbing, no pressure. It lifts away effortlessly, leaving the metal underneath looking much cleaner. That's the power of the mixture doing all the hard work for you. Most of the rust is completely loosened up, and the metal underneath is starting to shine again. Next, you can use a piece of fine grit sandpaper to clean up the surface even more. This helps remove any remaining rust stains and smooth out the metal, bringing back a nice, even finish. Just rub gently. You don't need to go too hard, especially if the rust has already been loosened by the mixture. As you gently rub it over the blade, you'll feel a smooth resistance, not rough like before. You might even hear a soft, dry scratching sound as the last bits of rust come off. Little by little, the original shine of the metal starts to come back, especially along the edge. It's a really satisfying process, like bringing something back to life. You can do the same with the axe as well. And there you have it. With just a few simple ingredients and a bit of patience, we brought these rusty tools back to life. No harsh chemicals, no expensive gear, just a homemade solution that really works. To finish up, I'm spraying on a light coat of WD-40. This not only helps prevent rust from coming back, but also gives the surface a clean, slightly polished look. Just a quick spray and a gentle wipe. And we're done! The knife and the axe are now looking way better than before. If you got old, rusted tools lying around, give this method a try. It's cheap Easy and surprisingly effective. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss more handy tips like this. See you in the next one.